Hi. Okay, so I'm still talking about why I want to lose weight. This is part two. In the last part, I was just talking about obesity and talking about the risks that we put ourselves in when we're obese. What is it? I've put myself in for being obese, class two obese. Can you believe it? And and I, it's just real tragedy that I let this happen to myself. But you know what? I'm not the only one. It's stuff it's obviously something very popular. If like a huge percentage, I mean 1 billion people in the world are obese, so it's something that we all go through. It's something that I'm not weird for being obese. I'm just one of you, really. I'm just one of everybody else that is obese. We have our different reasons for being obese, and we just are. It's one of those things that it's self-inflicted, but we still struggle with it. It's part of our life. It takes over our lives. So when you want to talk about why, tell you what, when I was on Facebook last year, actually, um when I was in Cambridge diet for the second time, I believe, last year, about this time last year, about January. So we were asked to on the group panel, we were asked to say why we wanted to lose weight, right? Okay, so everybody left good comments about why they wanted to lose weight. So I'm just going to tell you what I wrote. This time last year, I was not in a very good place. Self-esteem was pretty low, confidence was pretty low. I was just going through a whole, like, a roller coaster, and I was just in a very depressed place. I'm in a much better place right now, a much happier person, but this was like some of the darkest times of my life. And I'm just going to tell you what I wrote. I'm just going to read it out. I've logged into the page now, so I'm just going to read out what I said on a thread that asks our reasons for losing weight. I left different bullet points. Okay, the first one was, I'm tired of other fat people feeling better about themselves when I'm around because I'm bigger than them. Okay. Uh, yeah, basically, you know what I mean. You have two people there that are both obese or both overweight, and then one person is a lot more overweight than you are, and they're like, they feel bad when they're on their own, but when they look at me, and they'll be like, oh, at least I'm not as big as she is, so I'm better off. I hated being, the one that makes you feel good. I don't want to be the one that makes you feel good. If you're obese, feel bad, don't make yourself feel better because of me. Second point was, I hate being the fat one in a group of girlfriends that the guys ignore. Sad face. And I'm sure it has plenty to do with why I'm currently single. Yeah, so I'll read that again. I hate being the fat one in a group of friends that the guys ignore, and I'm sure it has plenty to do with why I'm single. Have you ever gone out with your friends and then, maybe like a girls' night out, and, there's this guy or a couple of guys come to talk to you guys and to you girls, and you feel ignored? Do you? That has happened to me a lot. I have very skinny friends. I have some friends that are very skinny. I have some that are okay, but I'm usually like one of the biggest ones, and then you're out together at a party, or out in a club or something, and the guys come over and they're chitty and they're chatty and they're talking to your friends and making eye contact with your friend, and you're like, wait a minute, I thought I was in a discussion, but no, 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 they're talking to your friends. No one's talking to you. That's really bad. It's really bad feeling. Like there's three girls and then two guys come over and you're talking to your friends and you're like, you thought they were talking to you, but no, 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 they didn't come for you. They came for the other 10 people. That was just, that really made me feel so depressed. And what I would do is that I would just walk away. Like I'd rather not stand there and be insulted and be ignored. I'd rather just, I'm going to the bathroom or something. Just leave. I didn't have to put myself through that. I'm someone that has a lot of pride. I will not be insulted like that, so I would just either leave or just go walk away somewhere, play with my phone or something. So, but that really used to get to me a lot because it's like you are there with them. You're a girl, you're pretty, but because you're fat, you're ignored. I mean, come on. Because you're the big one, you're ignored. I'm not a very, I'm not a huge extrovert. I'm quite, I can be quite shy and quiet sometimes. So I'm not necessarily the life of the party. No, that's not me. I'm usually the girl that, just, mind your business. I mingle, but at the same time, I'm not the out there person. So if you're not a person, you have a more timid personality, and then people don't want to talk to you, it just makes you feel really bad about yourself. I don't know if anyone really can relate to what I'm saying, but I used to be ignored, and it used to feel really bad. I used to feel really bad. The other girls would be asked to dance, and I would be ignored. They'd be like, "Are you okay?" Right? So I'm like, "Yeah, of course I'm okay with myself. I don't need a chaperone." I would give a bit of attitude because I felt depressed. I mean, come on, I'm female too, it was a really horrible feeling. So yeah, I don't know who else knows what I'm talking about, but that was just a really bad feeling. The next point I said was, I want to be able to shop anywhere and find clothes that fit. Now, this is when you have sales, whether it's Boxing Day sales, summer sales, and there's like huge clearances and huge designer outlets that are open, and you're going shopping with your friends and they're all picking all these items because they're size 10, size 12, and you're like size 16, 18, 20, and either those ones, the other ones that tend to go first. Like, I don't know, all the chubby people just come first and just take them and go, and then when it's your turn to go, there's nothing there, and all your friends have all this bargain clothes, beautiful outfits, and you can get anything because your size is gone. And that used to depress me as well. I mean, it's something that still happens now, but it doesn't depress me as much as it did, because you want to buy things that you like as well. You want to look good in clothes as well, and you just, I mean, I've never had a fashion problem. I've always been able to, I've always worn my weight well. I've always looked nice. I've always dressed appropriately for every occasion, even though I always I have a good fashion sense, right? But at the same time, it's like, you want a bargain outfit, you see something really nice and you want to try it on your size and it's not there. So as much as I wear myself with pride, at the same time there are things that I want to wear that I can't wear. Like, I can't really wear sleeveless stuff that much because I usually am ashamed of my arms. I don't like to show my arms. I don't like to show stretch marks on my arms. I've got like some stretch marks around here which are covered up. So I always tend to wear clothes that cover up the stretch marks kind of thing, and that kind of restricts me as well. I want to wear, halter neck clothes. I want to wear, boobs, boob straps and all the stuff. I want to wear clothes that everyone else wears. I'm very classy in my dressing, but I want to look nice in clothes. I don't want to always have to scan for the clothes that cover my arms and scan for the things that would cover all the flabs and the ripples and all this stuff. I want to wear what I want to go into a store, see something I like, buy it, put it on, look nice, go out and kill it. So I mean, that's, buying clothes has always been like a kind of problem that I had. The next point I made was I hate my weight being the hot topic of discussion, both in my presence and absence. Yeah, I am African, right? I have African descent, I have African parents, I have African relatives. We in Africa do not hold back. Oh my God, people do not hold back. They're not sensitive at all. We're not sensitive. Africans, we are not sensitive. People will make comments about your weight to your face. They would say, "Oh my God, how did you get so fat? Oh my God, what are you eating?" Someone said to me once, "What are you eating? Fertilizer?" I'm like, really? I was like maybe 13 back then, and someone made that comment to me, and it really depressed me. It really did. It really depressed me when I was like that age, and someone told me I was eating fertilizers. And I would hate going places with my mom because all her friends would be like, "Oh my God, is that your daughter? She's so big. She's bigger than you." I'm taller than my mom, and I right now we wear about the same size of clothes, but I still look bigger because I'm, taller and all this stuff. So people are like, "Why is your daughter bigger than you? Why is blah blah and all this stuff? Why are you growing faster than your mother?" And it used to be like, is that a real question? Is that a rhetorical question? Do you really want an answer? Because how do you want me to answer that, really? So people, and I don't know if anyone else has ever been this conscious that when people, when you walk into a place and people you hear laughter or something, you think, "Oh my God, they're laughing at me." I used to be very conscious of that, I used to be very, very conscious of that. I used to think that whenever there's an outburst of laughter, it used to be about me. And I know it's not very healthy, but that's what I used to feel. That's honestly what I used to feel. And it's like they could have been laughing about me, or they could have been laughing about something entirely different that had nothing to do with me. But I thought they were laughing at me because I walked in the room or something. And, that's one thing that I won't lie, I still struggle with that a little bit. But like I said, my self-esteem right now is so much better than what it used to be. Than what it was when I put this down. Definitely much better. I said I want to be able to play sports. Oh God, I love sports. I love sports. Handball, basketball, lawn tennis. I love them. I love them so much. Golf. I play golf. I've done kickboxing. God, I love being active, rock climbing, and I want to do stuff. I want to jump out of a plane and not worry that, my weight will outweigh that of the parachute, things that ridiculous. I'm like, I was going to go skydiving, but I always thought, the parachute may not be able to hold me up and stuff like that. I don't know. I want to play sports. I want to do, trampolining, and I want to do gymnastics, and I want to do athletics, and I want to do rock climbing, kickboxing, martial arts, judo. I want to do them all. But my weight is holding me back, and I'm just gonna glance at the time. Yeah, my weight is holding me back. I want to do all these fun activities, but because of my size, I'm scared that I'm gonna make a fool of myself. If people weren't watching, I would do them. I would do all these things if people weren't watching, but I always feel like I'm going to make a fool of myself. And I do them. I have done kickboxing with, at the size, I was the fattest person in the room, but I had fun. It was such a fun course. But, I really didn't care that much. It was like last year, so to say. I really, really didn't care at the time what people were saying about me, but I just wanted to do it, and I did it, and I had fun. But I was always like, I was, as much as I didn't care, I still kind of cared as well. I'm contradicting myself right now, but I did care, and I wanted to be able to do it and not care at all, and I wanted to be able to do it and do it right and say, "Oh my God, that girl is the kick-ass," and I was really good at the class. But when it comes to like the warm-up part of it, where you have to run around and do all the push-up and all this stuff, I was terrible at that part. It was really terrible. So I took a leap of faith when I started in kickboxing. I did something out of my comfort zone, out of my, something to put myself out there. So time is running out, so this video is going to be long. Unfortunately, I'm so sorry, but I have to stop it every 15 minutes because of YouTube restrictions. So this is the end of part 2. Watch out for part 3 coming up next.